Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Awards Watch Emmy Podcast. This is Emmy Podcast number 31, and it is the final Primetime Emmy Predictions Podcast. Yay! And with me again, Miss Amanda Spears.
Hello.
Hi, Amanda.
Just get it over with.
Let's do it. I mean, we might...
No, get it over with the I told you so.
I just said to Amanda before we started recording, I want to keep this under an hour, and we're just going to go right through. And now I'm thinking, but we need to talk about the Creative Arts Emmys and those winners. And what do we... yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Let's just kind of do a little bit of, not a rundown, but let's talk about the Creative Arts Emmy winners. And we can even bullet point it. Game of Thrones won 10. Which is great. It didn't beat its own record. It lost quite a few in there. And what did it lose to, Amanda?
Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
It did, which will factor heavily into our conversation today.
Yeah.
I think, because comedy series is so very up in the air, which is super exciting. You gotta love that a little bit.
Oh yeah, I mean the categories it lost to, like it was never going to win hairstyling, but yeah, Maisel had a really interesting night.
Yeah, they had a really good night. 6 wins. Chernobyl won 7.
Yeah,
which was really impressive too. I mean, things that that they were probably going to win, although they did lose prosthetic makeup to Star Trek, which
yes, that's the first time in 2 years a non-nominated drama series has won an award.
Yeah, there was something about the Creative Arts Emmys that was both helpful in looking at the Primetime Emmys and totally threw everything to the wind, because there were so many examples of a show or a person winning again that it's like, okay, this feels like old Emmy behavior of just rewarding the same people over and over again. Cherry Jones won again. It was the third guest actress in a drama series win for Handmaid's Tale. That's crazy.
So sorry for Felicia Rashad, because they clearly set that up for her. It was the last award they presented.
I know.
And I think we're probably going to see a little bit of... I hope we see a rule change where if you're not eligible for drama series, you can't compete in these other categories.
I don't think so. I think the hanging episode thing is... It's not that I think it's valid, but it exists. I don't think they're going to change it much. And clearly, Handmaid's Tale took extreme advantage of that existing with 11 nominations. And the voters went for it. They completely went for it.
Yeah.
So, but it is really funny that Cherry Jones lost and won for the same season.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be some kind of historical context to that. That's pretty fun.
Sure.
I don't know, and you might know because I didn't do my homework. Both of the guest Emmy wins in drama were from the same... What am I saying? What am I trying to say?
Series.
Yes, same series. And I can't recall that happening.
I know it happened with SNL a couple years ago for the election year. I'm not 100% sure when the last time it was on the drama side.
Well, yeah. And, I mean, it did happen with both, which was just really like, how did that happen? That's crazy.
Yeah, Maisel looks really strong with that Luke Kirby win, because he is not the person that they would typically go for.
No, it's a great role, and it's a really great performance, and I love that he won, but that was one of those left field wins, which was kind of great, because everybody had picked Adam Sandler. So,
or Peter McNichol.
Yeah, a previous winner. So I don't know. It's interesting, but let's move on to Primetime, and we're going to start with the writing and directing categories and work our way up. Yes. Let's go right into writing for a drama series.
Do you think Michael McKean saying the winner takes it all? I was just thinking about that.
I really wanted him to win.
Could you imagine if he just sang a few verses of that at one of the after parties?
Poor guy. Anyway, all right. Outstanding writing for a drama series. Here we go.
I can't help it. I just thought of that joke. Come on. It's
Better
a
Call Saul,
clever.
winner, Bodyguard, episode 1, Game of Thrones, The Iron Throne, Killing Eve, Nice and Neat, Succession, Nobody Is Ever Missing, Handmaid's Tale, Holly. All right, who is your winner and who is the spoiler?
Game of Thrones and I forgot Ozark wasn't in this category. I'm sorry.
They are not.
I'll go Nice and Neat only because the names are not on the ballot and they probably think Phoebe Waller-Bridge wrote this.
I am going to go Game of Thrones as well, but my spoiler is Handmaid's Tale. I think it's pretty clear that in a regular season it would have been all over the place too.
Yeah.
So there we go. All right. See, that's how fast we're doing. We're going to move right on. That's how fast we're doing this. Let's go to outstanding writing for a comedy series. We've got Barry, Ronnie Lilly, Fleabag Episode 1, Pen 15, Anna Ishii Peters, Russian Doll, A Warm Body, Russian Doll, Nothing in This World is Easy, The Good Place, Janet's, and Veep, Veep. This is a tougher category.
It's tougher, but
and there's no Maisel.
There's no Maisel here, but I think it's Fleabag.
Yeah.
Veep would have to practically sweep everything to win comedy series at this point. So I think really what happened is they've learned their lesson from the Jordan Peele incidents, where he had 5 writing nominations at the Emmys. Mm-hmm. And his first screenplay, he wins an Oscar.
Yeah.
Makes history in the process of doing so. So I think they're kind of like, yeah, we might want to check her off now before we're in that same kind of, isn't that kind of funny situation?
Yeah, and Veep went 0 for 4 at the Creative Arts, and it has 5 nominations at the Primetime. It could...
You'd have to win all 5.
It could go 0 for 9. That would be a horrible way to end its
run.
Go
0 for 9. It's not.
It could.
You're going to bet against Julia.
We'll see when we get to that category. All right, so are we both choosing Fleabag to win?
Yeah.
And what's your spoiler?
I'll say Veep.
Oh, okay.
For now, I just can't decide between that or Ronnie Lilly. But I think Ronnie Lilly's more of a director's showcase. So
I'm trying to figure that out too, because I did expect Barry to do a little bit better at the Creative Arts. It won 2, but then it lost a sound editing nomination to Fleabag, which made no sense to me whatsoever. But
yeah, and I can't predict Barry to win writing and directing and not predict it to win series. That hasn't happened since Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think I will also go with Veep as the spoiler. There's something about it that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So, all right, then that puts us to comedy directing. Is that where we're at? Yes.
Limited series writing.
Not yet. We're not to limited series yet.
Well, you were doing writing categories.
Are we? Oh, that's
you said
right.
You're going to do all writing.
That's right. I'm running this show. Sure. All my tabs are open. I'm just like, where are we? Okay, you're right. You're absolutely right. Let's do the correct order then. And
hear that enough.
And outstanding writing for a limited series, movie, or dramatic special. And the nominees are A Very English Scandal, Chernobyl, Escape at Dannemora Episode 6, Escape at Dannemora Episode 7, Fosse Verdon, Providence, and When They See Us Part 4. I will go first. My predicted winner here is When They See Us Part 4. And my spoiler is Chernobyl.
Yeah, I'm going to go with When They See Us Part 4. What helps it is it's one episode.
Yep.
And the writers, time after time, have proven that they want to award one perfect creative episode where even if you love Chernobyl, there's probably a part you didn't like, and that can hurt it in the writing category.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say that look out for Very English Scandal. It is right on their heels.
I absolutely agree. In fact, I almost picked it as my spoiler. I could see it going either way.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to that series. When it's as competitive as this race is,
yeah,
sometimes it doesn't matter if you're nominated for series or not.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Now we're going to go to directing, and we will stick with the limited series category, which is going to sound a lot like what I just said for writing. And the nominees are A Very English Scandal, Chernobyl, Escape at Dannemora, Fosse Verdon, Episode Glory, Fosse Verdon, Who's Got the Pain, and When They See Us. I'll go first again. And
You're power hungry today, aren't you?
Oh, always, yes.
Okay.
My winner prediction is When They See Us, and spoiler is Chernobyl.
I'm going to go with When They See Us, but I'm going to go with Ben Stiller, Escape at Dannemora, as a spoiler.
I can't disagree with that.
They don't love giving actors DGA awards. And, you know, if you told me an actor at this year's DGA Awards was going to win, I'd say, congratulations, Bradley Cooper. But as we all know, it was Ben Stiller. So he's quietly built up a really good resume as a director. And I think this was just, you know, his parents are TV legends. You never know.
Yeah, we could be, you know, just so focused on things like Chernobyl and When They See Us and have something like Escape at Dannemora come and just say, boop, here I am.
Not in directing, but I think writing, yeah.
Yeah. All right. We are going to go to directing for a comedy series. We've got Barry, The Audition, Barry, Ronnie Lilly, Fleabag Episode 1, The Big Bang Theory, The Stockholm Syndrome, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, We're Going to the Catskills, and The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, All Alone. And the Catskills episode is the one that really was the big winner with the Creative Arts Emmy, so I imagine they might want to lean that way. And that's Daniel Palladino. Amy Sherman Palladino is also nominated, and she won last year.
Well, he won Most Chivalrous Man in Hollywood for stepping aside last year for her wife. Not that it was a very competitive category last year, most chivalrous, but yeah, I still think this is Ronnie Lilly. This is where Barry finally picks up like a big award, non-acting wise. Yeah, again, I cannot pick Fleabag to win here because one, I don't think it's very something the directors would go for, and two, it's that would mean I'd have to predict it for comedy series. But I still believe that the director's race this year is Ronnie Lilly versus We're Going to the Catskills.
I think you're absolutely right.
Neither will surprise me.
Neither would surprise me either. I'm picking Ronnie Lilly to win, and We're Going to the Catskills is my runner-up. But I will not be surprised in the slightest if it's the other way around.
Yeah.
But, yep.
Agree.
Cool. All right. Directing for a drama series. There are 7 nominees in this category, and almost half of them are Game of Thrones. All right. We have Game of Thrones, The Iron Throne, Game of Thrones, The Last of the Starks, Game of Thrones, The Long Night, Killing Eve, Desperate Times, Ozark, Reparations, Succession, Celebration, and The Handmaid's Tale, Holly. I feel pretty confident in The Long Night winning.
Absolutely.
Like extremely confident, almost enough to not even do a spoiler. But actually, whoever might be the spoiler here is kind of interesting because it's tough.
I would put The Long Night and then a very distant second, The Iron Throne.
I think I have to agree.
I do love that shot of Daenerys with Drogon's dragon wings behind her. So
Yeah, that's pretty undeniable. Yeah, I think I have to agree. As really well directed as most all these other episodes are, they're just, unless there's some strange like that Dexter win and it ends up being like Jason Bateman winning for Ozark.
no, that's not going to happen. There's nothing.
It'd be wild.
Season premieres don't win directing Emmys. Pilots do, but season premieres, no.
We'll see about that. I don't think it's going to matter anyway, because I think Game of Thrones is going to win here. So
yeah.
That's that.
Yeah. I think that's why they lost production designs, that they submitted the Iron Throne, or they submitted the Bells, and I'm like, why would you submit the episode where things burned down? I'm like, well, that's your own fault. Anyways.
Yes. Okay, now we can go to the acting categories, because yay. Let's start with, we have our guest winners already. Let's start with comedy series. And let's do supporting actress in a comedy series. We have 200 nominees in this category, and I will start them now. Alex Borstein, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel for the episode Vote for Kennedy, Vote for Kennedy. Anna Klumsky, Veep, episode Pledge. Cyan Clifford, Fleabag, episode 2.3. Olivia Colman, Fleabag, episode 2.4. Betty Gilpin, Glow, Mother of All Matches. Sarah Goldberg, Barry, The Audition. Maren Hinkle, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Simone. And Kate McKinnon, Saturday Night Live host Liev Schreiber. This is so many nominees. 2 previous winners, including the reigning winner.
And it should be known that when there are this many, strange things happen.
Yep. And yeah, and with this many, the amount of votes it takes to win becomes a lot smaller too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is extremely difficult, actually. It's a really tough category. There's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, Anna Klumsky could be in a decent position.
She could be in a really good position to finally win. She'll be an epic loser if she doesn't.
Well, I always appreciate how happy she is for Tony Hale or Julia, or when the series wins. She's usually the first one on her feet, so it would be nice to see her get some recognition.
Yes.
You got to appreciate the fact that her and someone like Mayim Bialik are, the most well-adjusted child stars we see.
Yes, no kidding. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
I can't predict Sarah Goldberg because I can't.
I want to.
Oh no, I agree. But for that to happen, Maisel has to split. Fleabag has to split. McKinnon and Gilpin are non-starters, so.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think they're kind of down there at the bottom. Hinkle has a wonderful episode devoted to her. Goldberg has a great episode that's largely her. It's
the sad thing is that on episode, I think Marian Hinkle would win this. I just rewatched her episode and I was like, damn, she's so much better than Alex Borstein is.
Yeah. Well, I think it's partly because Alex Borstein is kind of playing exactly the same. She hasn't really changed. And Marian Hinkle has. So you get to see a different version of her.
Yeah, and Tony Shalhoub and Rachel Brosnahan reacting to her like she's gone crazy. And it's the first episode. We know that to some extent they've seen Maisel.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. it's really hard because is Sian Clifford enough of a hindrance to Olivia Colman?
I don't think so.
But is there going to be any people who vote for her on top of she just won an Oscar? Does she really need another award? Like there could be some people who are like,
I don't think so.
I know.
I don't think so at all. I think it helps her.
I don't think it helps her.
But I'm kind of leaning to Maren Hinkle to win.
I'm all over the place, especially after that surprise win for Luke Kirby.
I'm actually gonna do it. I'm gonna predict Maren Hinkle to win, and then my spoiler is Olivia Colman.
See, I'm actually leaning towards Olivia Colman.
I was before, but it's a good episode. It's not that it's centered around her, but she has the most eclectic character
it's centered
in
around
comedy.
her.
It is, but it's
the fact that it takes 10 minutes for her to appear is actually even smarter because her father, she says all this stuff. The maid's packing up all these dishes. It's just amazing. They have to get on a plane to go to France. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing though too. Maren Hinkle has the benefit of more screen time.
Yeah, and neither of them helps each other out. That's the odd thing.
Yes, but that's a good thing. That's a good classic old school, supporting submission behavior where, you submit something that isn't going to help your competitor.
Well, sometimes you can't help it. But,
yes. If your best is their best or features them too, then, you still have to make the right decision.
Yeah.
All right, so who are you picking officially?
God, this is so hard. Because Sarah Goldberg makes a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. And I think this is Anna Klumsky's probably best chance at this.
Well, it's her last chance.
Well, no. I mean, when I just went through today and looked at some of her past races. And for her, this might be her best chance. She's been a big talking point this season. So tentatively, I'm going to go Olivia Colman. And then my runner-up or my spoiler would be Anna Klumsky.
All right.
Because I think because they probably shot some of the season of Veep around Julia's cancer treatments, mm-hmm. They really relied on her a lot more than they typically do.
They did a lot with her, too.
Yeah.
So, okay. Let's go to supporting actor in a comedy series, and we've got Alan Arkin, The Kaminsky Method episode.
Wait. I thought we were doing all the supporting actresses. Are we just doing
we're just doing comedy first.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Supporting comedy first.
Figure out what's going on?
It's all right. Alan Arkin, The Kaminsky Method, and Agent Greaves. Anthony Kerrigan Barry, Past Equals Present Times Future over Yesterday. Tony Hale Veep. Stephen Root Barry, Berkman Greater Than Block. Tony Shalhoub, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, We're Going to the Catskills. And Henry Winkler Barry for What? And he is the returning champion here. They could totally default and just pick Henry Winkler again.
We could totally just screw everybody and give it to Alan Arkin.
That would be gross.
I know.
I don't approve. Even though this is a pretty good episode submission for Shalhoub, he's really funny, especially when they first get there. I don't see him winning. If he didn't win last year.
See, I actually think he might be in the best position of all the Maisel people still to win.
Wow.
And that does come down to the fact that he did just best Alan Arkin for a SAG award. Yeah. He took down Henry Winkler, which, there was a built-in narrative to giving the Fonz his first SAG award.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
It is something. And look, I know the history better than anyone as far as a supporting player winning. The odds don't favor it. But after the way Maisel performed last night, it has to make me think, especially since we know that they've all seen We're Going to the Catskills, that he is formidable.
All right, that's fair. Goodness. All right, so who's your winner prediction and who is your spoiler?
The Tonys.
Me too, but what order?
Shaloub Hale.
I am going Hale Shaloub.
I probably will change my mind in like 20 minutes because I keep changing my mind.
I know. Yeah.
And I know once I email you my rankings, I can't change my mind. But
exactly.
I keep going back between the two of them.
It's okay. Between this podcast and getting them out in print, we have room to maneuver a bit.
Yeah, it's really tough. I think Hale has always been one of the best parts of Veep.
Yeah, it's an extraordinarily sympathetic submission too.
Yeah, but then again, it's like, how many awards can Veep take?
Not many.
I know not many, but he did win for the second season when it wasn't really going to win comedy series. So it's tough.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're done.
Right.
We're done with comedy supporting. We're going to go to limited series TV movie supporting categories.
Limited series, you mean? There's no TV movies.
I know, but it's still the name of the category.
Yeah. For now.
All right. We will start with supporting.
We
will start with supporting actress, and the nominees are Patricia Arquette, The Act, and episode The Teeth, Part 2. Marsha Stephanie Blake, When They See Us, Part 3. Patricia Clarkson, Sharp Objects, Closer, Part 5. Vera Farmiga, When They See Us, Part 2. Margot Qualley, Fosse Verdon, Where Am I Going, Part 5. And Emily Watson, Chernobyl, Open Wide, O Earth, Part 3. We've talked about this before, Patricia versus Patricia.
It's not Patricia versus Patricia. I think it's Clarkson versus Watson.
Oh. Okay. I still think that it's Patricia versus Patricia. Where are you placing Watson then? As the winner or as the spoiler?
Spoiler. I still think that Sharp Objects is going to win one award, and this is it.
I agree. I think it's going to be
Patricia
I have
no reason to believe she can't win this award.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think she cost Amy Adams that SAG award because I bet if we saw the vote total, probably was the one right behind Patricia Arquette for Escape at Dannemora. Because it's the supporting role that steals the show from the lead.
Yeah.
It's just that.
It's a great performance and it's a great role.
Plus, she's never lost an Emmy before. So I just want to point that out. Like Laura Linney, bet against her at your own peril.
Exactly. I am still going to go with Patricia Arquette as the spoiler, though.
Okay.
So, there we are. All right, Let's go to supporting actor in a limited series or TV movie. And the nominees are Asante Black, When They See Us, Part 1. Paul Dano, Escape at Dannemora, Part 7. John Leguizamo, When They See Us, Part 3. Stellan Skarsgård, Chernobyl, Please Remain Calm. Ben Whishaw, Very English Scandal, Episode 3. And Michael Kenneth Williams, When They See Us, Part 1.
Hopefully Netflix has learned their lesson and won't allow them to submit the same episodes again. They're still new in the Emmy stuff, so.
Yeah, I mean, this was the best episode for Asante Black to submit, I think.
Well, could have submitted the one where he ends playing the trumpet, which is 2, so.
Yeah, maybe him and Michael Kenneth Williams should have volleyed for 1 or 2.
Yeah, I would have made them, one of the two of them, choose the other.
Yeah, especially with a show that only has 4 episodes.
I would have advised that. But I'm still going with Michael Kenneth Williams, My spoiler is Stellan Skarsgård. Don't worry, you're probably going to win a Golden Globe in a few months. But I would look out for John Leguizamo because I rewatched episode 3 and I thought, God, he's so good in his submission.
He is really good.
He's not Michael Kenneth Williams good, but he does get to talk more. So
I am going to also go with Michael Kenneth Williams to finally win. But my spoiler is Ben Whishaw.
Nice.
We'll see. We'll see. It's a good category, though. I won't be upset at any of these winners. I just want some more than others.
Yes, that's how I feel about it, too.
I think they're all pretty great. All right, we are up to drama series, supporting actor and supporting actress. And this time we will start with supporting actor in a drama series. We have Alfie Allen, Game of Thrones, The Long Night, Jonathan Banks, Better Call Saul, winner. Nikolai Coster-Waldau, Game of Thrones, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, because he changed his submission.
Which was smart because he's better himself against opposite
it was a really
Gwendolyn Christie.
It was a really good idea.
And also it doesn't set Dinklage up as well as he was before.
Yeah, no, it was the right choice. Peter Dinklage, Game of Thrones, The Iron Throne. Giancarlo Esposito, Better Call Saul, Pinata. Michael Kelly, House of Cards, Chapter 73. And Chris Sullivan, This Is Us, Toby. You know, I literally forgot that he was even nominated when I was doing the original list together. I totally forgot Chris Sullivan was nominated.
Alfie Allen's been so adorable about this. He's so excited.
I know.
His sister, the pop singer, is proud of him. It's just been It's been really cute. He really has enjoyed being recognized.
And good for him for submitting himself.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Peter
Dinklage.
I think Peter Dinklage is winning. I think he is. That's just happening. Period. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
As far as a spoiler goes, actually, probably Coster-Waldau.
Oh, it's hard. I think on episode Coster-Waldau is better than Giancarlo Esposito, but Giancarlo Esposito does have an IOU, so I would look out if it's not a Game of Thrones sweep.
Mm-hmm.
Although they both lost together once, so
yes, and Jonathan Banks has always lost.
Yeah,
but that's
Jonathan Banks wasn't nominated that year.
He probably plays. I mean, he plays basically his role the exact same way he did in Breaking Bad. There's not much there.
I really wish they would have worked some of that speech from his about what happened to his son into that final episode of Breaking Bad, because he probably would have won that Emmy.
He seemed I feel like he was close in the Breaking Bad era for sure.
He was very close the one year he was nominated, but it's a shame.
Yeah. All right, let's jump over to supporting actress, and we have Gwendolyn Christie, Game of Thrones, and Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, Julia Garner, Ozark, Gold Coast, Lena Headey, Game of Thrones, The Bells, Fiona Shaw, Killing Eve, Nice and Neat, Sophie Turner, Game of Thrones, Winterfell, and Maisie Williams, Game of Thrones, The Long Night. I am predicting Julia Garner.
Wow. What made you change your mind? Was it my impressive argument of...
I don't know. I'm taking in a lot of people's predictions and conversation. And I'm not like a big believer in, there's 4 Game of Thrones actresses here, they're going to cancel each other out. Because I don't believe that's the case. Because there are simply stronger roles and submissions than others. I think, Gwendolyn Christie and Maisie Williams are in better shape than Sophie Turner and Lena Headey are. So,
I mean, Lena had it. Gwendolyn Christie is even on the young side for this. Oh God, it's hard.
Gwendolyn Christie is going to be my spoiler to win.
Jeez. Okay, you're going to be real bad at me then. I'm going with Julia Garner.
Mm-hmm.
Simply put, Robert Duvall, Helen Hunt, Marissa Tomei. I feel like I always like to call it the Marissa Tomei role, but I feel bad about just picking on her. Only American in the category.
True.
But I do think that Lena Headey is the spoiler. It's her 5th nomination in a row.
Yeah.
She's the right age. It just might be her turn. And we see that sometimes.
Yeah, we
even
definitely
in the state system, where it's her turn.
Yeah, so you would agree that it would not be really submission based that she would win. It would just be much more about a collective. A collective win. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and I can't. I don't like to take just age and nationality into effect, but it is something when you look through the winners in this category, where it's like all of these women except for Fiona Shaw and Lena Headey are young, are on the younger side.
Yeah.
So, and it's just something that when I look at it, it's like, okay, I'm going to go with Julia Garner, but I've got to put Lena Headey in second.
How can I be mad at that? I think that makes perfect sense.
And it's not, it's not like it's going to be that everyone's going to roll their eye. Here we go with Maggie Smith kind of win. So.
Oh my God.
Like she's going to show up. She'll
fun.
Be very grateful. She'll be gracious.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I don't want somebody who thinks they're too good to come and accept it. So.
Indeed. All right, let's jump into our lead categories, and we'll start with lead actor in a comedy series. We've got Anthony Anderson, Blackish, episode Purple Rain. Don Cheadle, Black Monday, episode 365, which is the pilot. Excuse me. Ted Danson, The Good Place, The Worst Possible Use of Free Will.
He's right about that. Picking somebody up at the airport.
Mm-hmm. Michael Douglas, The Kaminsky Method, An Actor Avoids. Bill Hader, Barry, The Truth Has a Ring to It. Eugene Levy, Schitt's Creek, Rock On. All right. What are you thinking?
Well, when Tina Fey won actress and writing, the series won 30 Rock won comedy series. Now I'm kind of in my own head thinking, is he going to win 2 awards in the series? Is he going to win? But, Donald Glover did the same thing.
Yep.
So I'm going with Bill Hader, but I will point out again, it is a lot harder. If you look at the back-to-back Oscar winners at the Oscars, there are very few and far between in a plurality vote. So he is a little bit vulnerable. And my spoiler remains Ted Danson.
I don't know. The old days of the Emmys saw repeat winners over and over again.
But that was a ranked ballot.
I know.
In a plurality vote, it's hard to continually stay popular.
Well, I think the only way to really do it is if the people that love your show just really love it, or if there is a really discernible difference in character and growth from one season to the next to give, that person, that actor, something different to play. And I think that's...
Well, with the...
Go ahead.
Sorry. I was going to say with the exclusion of Kate McKinnon, Jeffrey Tambor, and Julia Louis-Dreyfus, we have not seen a lot of repeat winners.
Yeah.
So... I'm just trying not to say. I just want people to be mentally prepared in case it's somebody else.
I'm also going to go with Bill Hader to repeat, and I love the idea of Ted Danson. It'd be kind of cool and a neat comeback for him. But I am going to go with Eugene Levy as the spoiler.
How do you get there?
Because I want to.
Okay.
And it's just a spoiler.
I would love for him to win. I know that, Bill Hader wouldn't mind him winning. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
I think a lot of people would love that win.
I know. I think it's one of those shows that on its final season is going to have a lot more nominations.
I think so too. I was very disappointed it couldn't win the contemporary costumes, but
I know. I'm like, I hate Russian Doll. I'm never watching that show again. Yeah.
God, I almost want to save lead actress in a comedy series for last because it's such a little nail biter.
Let's save it. We can do what we want.
We can. You're right. Let's save it. Okay, let's go. Let's go to the. Where am I at?
Limited series.
Yes. Where? Oh my God! Do I not have them right in front of me? I don't. I'm gonna have to bring them up. Hold on 1 second. How unprepared and unprofessional am I? My goodness.
Yeah.
All right. Lead actor in a limited series or TV movie, and the nominees are Hugh Grant, A Very English Scandal; Jared Harris, Chernobyl; Benicio del Toro, Escape at Dannemora; Sam Rockwell, Fosse Verdon; Mahershala Ali, True Detective; and Gerald Jerome, When They See Us.
I will be very upset if Gerald Jerome doesn't win this.
I will be horrified if he loses. Horrified.
It won't be his race, it'll be his age.
Yeah, I mean, he is extremely young. He
would smash the record for youngest winner.
I think he is exactly the person to do it, though, with this role and this performance.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't just want him to win, but I do feel comfortable predicting him to win.
I think he gave the performance of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And
unquestionably.
Yeah, it was so moving. I've said this before. Hang in for the Globes, Jared Harris. You're gonna. This is gonna play a little bit better at an international award show. I think we're gonna see the same thing that happened between Stranger Things and A Handmaid's Tale for their first seasons, where Stranger Things won 5 awards, including casting, and then we saw a complete takeover by The Handmaid's Tale on the primetime. So we're probably, even though, When They See Us did win casting, I think we'll see a takeover again.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it doesn't matter that Chernobyl won all those tech categories.
Yeah, it's almost like sometimes when we're going through a movie award season, and you have, the critics pick that kind of runs the gamut throughout, and then the industry awards start and everything completely turns.
Yeah.
Into something else. That happens all the time. So who is your spoiler?
Jared Harris.
Yeah, me too.
And it's kind of a reluctant spoiler. I really wish that Hugh Grant had received some kind of attention for this.
Me too.
And frankly, I don't want to see Benicio del Toro play a drug runner, a prisoner, anything again. I want to see him play a different type of character.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at that either.
This gets felt lazy. It's like, I've seen this from him before.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to lead actress in a limited series or TV movie. Really good category.
Oh my God.
Really good. My goodness.
I've actually came around to your pre-thinking, so I'm probably, that probably means you're about to drop something on me. So.
Maybe, we'll see. We've got Patricia Arquette, Escape at Dannemora; Amy Adams, Sharp Objects; Niecy Nash, When They See Us; Michelle Williams, Fosse Verdon; Joey King, The Act; and Anjanou Ellis, When They See Us. Oh my God. Okay. I am predicting Michelle Williams to win, and my spoiler is Niecy Nash.
Damn it. I thought I was going to be the shocking one.
Which is crazy, because Patricia Arquette's right there.
Here's my rationale. We're over Arquette and Adams. But I think the thing is that if they see episode 4 of When They See Us, they're going to see Jerome. Right. Niecy Nash is right there with him. She's so good. She has a physical transformation in that role.
Yep.
And if there is a sweep, she could be the one to benefit. Of all the women next to Vera Farmiga, she's the most well known.
Yes, she is a
and Ingenue Ellis
previous
is not
nominee.
Gonna, yeah, Ingenue Ellis is not going to take up. She might get a vote or two, but she's not going to get enough votes to be problematic.
Yeah, I don't think she's pulling really from Niecy Nash so much.
No.
But this then the narrative and the changes and switches in this category since last year have just been such a roller coaster. It's what's so crazy about the difference in eligibilities, calendar year versus the Emmys archaic September to May. It's I really wish there had been more prime examples of them going head to head, especially obviously Michelle Williamson, Patricia Arquette.
I wish HBO would have just released Sharp Objects a month earlier, and then we could all just be happy for Amy Adams and company.
And she could finally win something.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel bad for her. I wouldn't blame her for not wanting to show up to lose again.
Yeah.
It's got to be rough to wonder why they don't like me enough to award me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't envy somebody who is constantly nominated and shows up and then never wins. And, even that tie with the Critics' Choice just felt weirdly...
Felt sad.
Staged?
Yeah, I felt sad for her.
Yeah.
I was really hoping this would be the thing that got her into the winner's circle so she could finally possibly win that Oscar.
Something, anything. Just give her something. I mean, she's got, some nice Golden Globe speeches, but I would really like her to get something else.
Yeah.
So is your predictions the same then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just kind of makes sense to me because I'm bored with Adams and Arquette, so I think others might be thinking they've already won enough for these or looking towards the newer ones.
Yeah, maybe. And they are, certainly newer. They both came out in the spring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. All right. We're going to jump over to the lead acting.
Drama.
Yes, lead acting categories for drama. Let's start with, I'm going to start with lead actress here, and we'll hold on to lead actor for a bit.
Okay.
All right, we've got Emilia Clarke, Game of Thrones, The Last of the Starks, Jodie Comer, Killing Eve, I Hope You Like Missionary, Viola Davis, How to Get Away with Murder, He Betrayed Us Both, Laura Linney, Ozark, One Way Out, Mandy Moore, This Is Us, The Graduates, Sandra Oh, Killing Eve, You're Mine, and Robin Wright, House of Cards, Chapter 70. This is tough.
Yeah, this category is giving me this sharp pain on my side.
It's tough. I feel like it's just between two people. I think you probably think it's between 3 or 4.
Well, yeah.
That's my guess.
Well, I think we know who the top 4 are.
Sandra Oh, Laura Linney, Jodie Comer, and Emilia Clarke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed. I think it's Sandra Oh and Laura Linney.
I think Emilia Clarke's going to win.
Oh my God. That would be so awful.
Well, here...
Although her Twitter fan base would absolutely love it. So.
Well, I think she has a built-in narrative. She nearly died. And oh my God, we wouldn't have had her as Daenerys.
Okay.
I think that Game of Thrones has to pick up one more acting award other than supporting actor. because there's 10 of them. So if it's not going to pick up supporting actress, and it didn't win guest actress, and I don't think it can win actor, that only leaves me one place to go. And she is a very likable person. I think she did the best with what she was given. And frankly, I think her episode submission was really good. Plus, I think that this might be a case where Comer and O might split any support for the series.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, O has won so much this year, and that usually is not a good sign. It's just never, the more you win, the more likely you are to lose. So they might already think she's won an Emmy.
I don't know about that. I don't think so. I'm not buying
I don't
that.
think her narrative is there like it was last year, because everyone's like, Jodie Comer's so great.
Yeah, that was... I really wish O had won last year so that Comer could win this year. Because Comer was much better than O this year.
And that's the problem. There's going to be people who like both of them individually and are going to go that way. But if you're a Killing Eve fan, you know, you might just go vice versa. And you never know which way they're going to lean. So I.
All right. So who are you picking?
I don't know. I know it's crazy. I'm just trying to. For right now, I'm thinking Amelia Clark with O in second. And Laura Linney on her heels. Laura Linney might benefit from all of this. I should just pick Laura Linney. I know I should pick Laura Linney. We all should be picking Laura Linney.
I know. That's why she's my spoiler. And it's a high spoiler.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I honestly
almost feel like, though, anybody that wins is going to feel bad for Sandra Oh.
I don't think they're going to feel bad. I mean,
I don't know.
You know, the Emmys, as far as their diversity numbers, they really like to tout them. And they're really great at the nominating stage of being very diverse. They have a real problem in the winning portion. Not the limited series races, but
yeah,
they really like to say this is the most diverse group of nominees. Well, their winners usually aren't that diverse.
Yeah, they can say that, and then you have, you know, Viola Davis winning, and she's the first ever African American ever to win her category, and then you have Rami Malek, and he's the first. He's Egyptian. It doesn't look like what they want it to look like. When
of the comedy races have had one or two minority winners.
Yeah. It's
not as diverse as they like to give themselves credit for.
No, it is not. But I don't know. We'll see.
I would love to see Sandra Oh make history with Viola Davis there to cheer her on. I think that would be a lovely moment.
She'll be the first to stand up.
Yes. If she can't stand up, you never know what the dresses are like.
I don't know.
I'm just kidding with
you. All right. Let's go to lead actor in a drama series. We've got Jason Bateman, Ozark, Reparations, Sterling K. Brown, This Is Us, R&B, Kit Harington, Game of Thrones, The Iron Throne, Bob Odenkirk, Better Call Saul, Winner, Billy Porter, Pose, Love Is the Message, and Milo Ventimiglia, This Is Us, Sometimes.
Billy Porter.
I'm sticking with Billy Porter.
Yep.
And I have seen a lot of people predicting Jason Bateman, like everybody. I'm like, okay, you
I don't get the people predicting Bob Odenkirk, frankly, from other outlets.
I don't either.
Like, you know, if you want to pick Kit Harington and tell me there's a Game of Thrones sweep, okay, there is some logic to that. I can't, you know, say it's the most probable thing that'll happen, but I see the logic. I don't see how Bob Odenkirk wins this. I think he's got to hold out almost for the finale, the final season.
Yeah, I'm in total agreement with that. I'm willing to put Jason Bateman as my spoiler, but not as a winner. And Bob Odenkirk is nowhere near either of those.
Yeah, he wouldn't be my number 3. Yeah, I'm still going with Billy Porter and Jason Bateman as the spoiler.
Yeah.
And Kit Harington, I would be my, okay, yeah, sure, that could happen. Well, as far as the
no, I get it.
I
get it. I totally get it.
If you've got to click off names, it's still easier when you're the only one in the category.
Yes. All right, let's close out the acting categories.
Now I feel like I should just go with Laura Linney if I want to make a bold prediction in an actress.
Let's close out the acting categories with lead actress in a comedy series since we held on to it.
We love her so much.
Oh my God, this category is incredible. Incredible. It's like
this should be the last acting award they give out of the evening, but I know it won't be. It'll probably be like the first.
I know. I can't wait to see what the order is. All right.
Do you think Shane Lynch and like Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara could present together as like this little like Christopher Guest? I think that would be kind of a cute.
Sure. I haven't seen their names on the presenter list yet, so we'll see.
That would be like a cute little group.
It would. All right. So for lead actress in a comedy series, we have Christina Applegate, Dead to Me, I've Got to Get Away, Rachel Brosnahan, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Midnight at the Concord, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Veep, Natasha Lyonne, Russian Doll, Nothing in This World is Easy, Catherine O'Hara, Schitt's Creek, The Crowaning, and Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Fleabag, episode 2.1. Oh my God. This category is killing me. It's killing me. I can make justifications for like everybody except for Christina Applegate.
Yeah. So this is one thing that's helped a lot of people repeat winning is that if the race is between a front runner like Julia and one other person, yes, they could rally around that one other person. What helps Julia is people are going to vote for Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Yep.
Some people are going to vote for Rachel Brosnahan. And Catherine O'Hara, damn it, is going to get people's votes.
Yep.
So that helps someone like Julia hold on to this crown. And frankly, I'm not going to bet against her because she's taken down too many people.
I think the logic that you used right there is exactly why she will win.
Yeah. It's not Rachel Brosnahan versus Julia and then 4 randoms.
Yeah.
If Lily Tomlin, was still in the race, and Tracy Ellis Ross, yeah, she might be in trouble. But she's got this.
I think so too. Even without her cancer,
it didn't stop her the first 3. Yeah, she didn't need a narrative the first few times. So
she didn't need, and she wouldn't need it for this either.
No.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think she's winning. I think that's the reason why. As close as I think Rachel Brosnahan is, because I do think she is the spoiler. I think she's next.
Yeah.
But obviously, we both want Catherine O'Hara to surprise and win this, and it would be the greatest win ever.
It would be the awards moment of the year. Mm-hmm. Sorry, Olivia.
Yeah, no, it really would be. It would be tremendous. The audience would love it. It would be too much. I couldn't hope and wish for something that wonderful to happen. But it'd be great if it did.
Oh my God, I would love it because one, she has the best episode.
It is the best episode. She goes through an entire season arc in one episode.
Plus, that last 5 minutes is an acting masterclass.
It's genius. But
I hope she gets more work after this series. I really do. I want to see more of her.
Yeah, I can't wait for the final season of Schitt's Creek.
I'm gonna start crying thinking about it being over.
I know. All right, we only have 3 categories left. Drama
4.
series. What, 4? What am I missing?
TV movie.
Oh God, 4. Did I even like hold? Yeah, God, we should have started with that because
Yeah, let's do it right now. 1, 2, 3, TV movie.
because who even cares? Yeah. Hold on, I have to.
And we know John Oliver's winning talk series, and
Yeah, I think he's gonna repeat.
SNL will win sketch.
I think RuPaul's gonna repeat with Drag Race. So yeah. All right, outstanding television movie nominees are Bandersnatch, Black Mirror, Brexit, Deadwood the movie, King Lear, My Dinner with Hervé. I would have really pegged Deadwood, but now I wonder if Bandersnatch can beat it.
Damn it! That's my point I was going to make. Because it did win an Emmy, so
it won the most obvious one that it was going to win. It was created for that award.
Pretty much. So yeah, I'm actually they don't really love revivals.
And Deadwood lost everything.
And let's face it, Deadwood has not received the nominations it should. Nope. So I'm going to go with Black Mirror.
Yeah, I really had expected Deadwood to perform a lot better with nominations, but with no acting, no directing, no writing. I don't know what to do with it. And Bandersnatch has the advantage of its uniqueness.
Yeah.
In its choose your own adventure. As great as the Deadwood movie is.
Yeah, I think if we saw the writing, which one was closer to actually getting in, it probably was Bandersnatch. As much as I hate saying it.
I would agree in the sense
because it's won the last 2 years.
Yeah, even though as a movie it would have had much more writing than what we saw. It has to submit a specific version. It can't. Yeah. So it's a little complicated. But yeah, I think I'm going to go with Bandersnatch and then Deadwood as the spoiler.
Yep.
Sad.
I hate when you take my...
All right, I'll let you go first then.
No, I'm just kidding with you. I think I'm going to do something crazy. And you're like, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm like, dang it.
Well, when it's only a couple of days from the awards, you get a little bit less...
Hoped.
Yeah, and you start settling in on realities.
Mm-hmm.
All right, outstanding limited series. We've got Chernobyl, Escape at Dannemora, Fosse Verdon, Sharp Objects, and When They See Us. Okay, so you go first.
When They See Us.
Yep.
Chernobyl in second, and the runner-up.
Exactly. I don't really think there is much else to discuss there.
No, When They See Us has the socially conscious message this year. So it's got it.
It is, and this will make this will be historical for Netflix. This will be historical for Ava DuVernay.
And whomever is running the film campaign should take a look at how this TV campaign was run for When They See Us, because they finally didn't overdo it.
It was outstanding, and the FYC event campaigns that they did, outstanding.
Yeah, the story did not become Netflix is out of their minds for spending this much money on a Emmy campaign. So they deserve this for restraint.
Yeah. As restrained as those events were, but still they incorporated the people and voters and stuff in a way that was really unique and clever and actually kind of low key and not ostentatious. Like maybe another awards campaign was
Roma
in one of these categories. Nope. Coming up.
Maisel.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to do drama series first since it's easier to call? Let's do drama series first. Yeah. Better Call Saul, Bodyguard, Game of Thrones, Killing Eve, Ozark, Pose, Succession, This Is Us. Game of Thrones is winning. What's the runner-up?
Ozark.
I know, right?
Yeah.
If I have the Jason Bateman and Laura Linney as runners-up and Julia Garner winning.
Yeah, you kind of almost got to put it by default.
And Ozark as runner-up in directing, then yeah, I have to.
Yeah.
It's just
Ozark.
It's Ozark, I believe.
Yeah, and they might have a good chance next year at winning.
Mm-hmm. Although
Well, they're gonna have some.
It's weird that the third season has not debuted yet because season
I thought it
two,
always debuted in the fall.
season two, debuted in August, and the first season was July, and we still don't have it. We have nothing. We have nothing. No trailer.
Well, now that it's become more prestige, now that House of Cards is gone, they might wait a little bit. That makes sense.
Yeah, it would be smart. It would be smart for them to wait till spring.
I don't know about spring, but I think Stranger Things is going to have some trouble next year. So
yeah, I agree.
There is room for them. I mean, I do not believe David Harbour will be back.
I don't either.
So, I mean, just looking ahead.
Indeed.
We're trying to keep it interesting, people.
Yes.
Same thing with Millie Bobby Brown. I don't know if there's room for her anymore.
I don't either, or for almost anything with the show. All right.
Yeah.
We've covered drama series, and we are now going to close this podcast with comedy series, which is actually an extraordinarily difficult category to call. We've got Barry, Fleabag, The Good Place, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Russian Doll, Schitt's Creek, and Veep.
Don't forget to tune into our podcast, Shit Talk, later, coming soon.
Yes, coming soon. I'm trying to employ the same logic I just used for Ozark to be a runner-up, to try and look at, all right, how have I built my predictions elsewhere in comedy to get something to win?
I think it's Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
I think it's Maisel too, with Barry as the spoiler. And
Fleabag.
I had thought that Fleabag was, but it won the casting award.
This is the one thing I will remind you is that I said on our Creative Arts podcast, I said the only comedy series that can lose casting and potentially still win comedy series is The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it didn't win casting. But there is more to the Television Academy than producers, directors, and casting directors. And Maisel took out Chernobyl, took out Fosse Verdon. It took out Game of Thrones. Mm-hmm. And that's not took out Pose. It took out a lot of series that it was not supposed to get anywhere near around. And all of those people have votes too. Mm-hmm. So if they're willing to vote for it in that category, it's hard for me to believe they wouldn't vote for it to win comedy series.
I think that's perfectly valid. I think that's
Plus,
exactly
we know it has the support of the acting branch. It won 3 SAG Awards this year. Yeah. It swept the SAG Awards. It just won 2 Emmys in the guest race, which we haven't seen since SNL. Yep. So
the Creative Arts Emmys told us everything that we needed to know this answer. Yeah. So it really shouldn't be that difficult. If it isn't Mrs. Maisel, it would actually be a really, really weird surprise.
Well, if it isn't Mrs. Maisel, we're going to have to see something on the night where it's like Barry, Bill Hader wins, Sarah Goldberg wins. Mm-hmm. It surprises in writing. It's going to have to dominate.
Or Fleabag, for that matter.
Yeah, Fleabag.
Yeah, one of those two will have to completely change the conversation that night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
So it just makes sense. I feel a little bad for Veep, but I think it's just the times we live in. People are sick of this, sick of what's going on in the world. They don't want to watch a comedy about it.
Well, I think it's what we discussed too, is that when this started, Veep, as a satire of White House politics, was funny because we were in a different world. We are now in a world that has totally lapped the satire that's in Veep.
Oh, yeah. I remember one of the favorite lines from season 2, I think it was Ben, said, "We all know the White House would work better without a president, but we acknowledge this and we work around it." And we're all like, Yeah, that's not untrue.
Yep.
I wouldn't have said that a couple of years ago.
Yeah. So that might be exactly, the thing. It was ahead of its time when it started, and now it's behind.
Yeah, I mean, Julia said it best. Her show, I think, during one of her acceptance speech, has now become a sobering documentary.
Exactly.
And it's cute, and it's funny, but it's also true. I mean, Timothy Simons has said the same thing. He goes, "I'd say something horrible, and then I'd see it on the news. I'm like, oh my God." One of those people start saying that math teachers are terrorists. I'm going to be like, okay.
Oh, I love that so much.
Oh my God.
He should so have been nominated. Oh my God. All right. That closes our Primetime Emmy prediction podcast.
Yeah, I think I might change Best Actress in a drama series. I just can't decide what to do, Eric.
Well, when we publish our printed versions of what we just went through, the winners and spoilers, they might look a little different than you've just heard. So just be prepared. It might happen.
Yeah, it's probably going to happen.
It probably will. It usually does. Amanda, thank you so much again for joining me. I'm loving our Emmy podcast, and it's been so much fun.
We have a cute back and forth.
It is, and then we will obviously do a post-mortem Emmy winner podcast as soon as we...
Do you know who bested the other in the creative arts? Or were we too similar in so many categories?
I forgot to look and do a comparison because I think I did so poorly.
Oh, so that's good for me, I guess.
I think maybe, yeah.
Well, I think Maisel to win costumes.
Yeah. The only thing is, and we went back and forth on Twitter about this, that I got to tout was that Fleabag casting win. That was it. That was
but I was right in so many other
champion moment.
I know. That was your big champion moment.
That was it. All right.
I'd be more impressed if I didn't predict Game of Thrones 32 nominations.
Yes, exactly.
Still have bragging rights this season.
Miss Amanda, where can people find you on the internet?
At Miss Amanda Spears on Twitter and Instagram. And if you're watching us tweet during the Emmys, I usually add a comment at the end of Eric's tweets.
Yes, that's the live tweeting of the Creative Arts Emmys was so much fun and so crazy, and I'll be doing it again on Sunday. And
I will be tagging in.
There you go. And that's at Twitter at awards_watch. And don't forget to visit awardswatch.com, where these predictions will be in print in a day or two from listening to this.
Two. I need another day to think.
I think maybe 2, yeah. I think that sounds good. and yeah, that's that. Thank you again, Amanda.
You're welcome.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Bye-bye.
Forget your troubles, come on, get happy. You better chase all your cares away. Shout hallelujah, come on, get happy. Get ready for the judgment day.
If that's not a deterrent for nuclear war, I don't know what is.
Forget your troubles, come on, get happy. Chase your cares away.
We're going to the Catskills.
Hallelujah, get happy before the judgment day.
What group of total and complete assholes needs a skating rink in the middle of summer?
Shout hallelujah, come on, get happy. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready for the judgment day.
Tits up. Tits up.